Hey guys, so in a previous video I did a dupes video and I asked you guys if you wanted to see more of those, and that's more or less what today is. It's a dupes video, except this time what I did was I did expensive brands on this side of my face and I did the drugstore brands on this side of my face of the dupes. And so I'm going to break it down and tell you what I used because I think it looks pretty symmetrical. There is one area that I feel like you can see a difference. So if you look at both sides of my face, I think I do see one difference. But let's just tell you what the products are. I'm going to start from the beginning today. I don't. I list everything in the description box, so if you didn't catch something or you don't know what the spelling is or whatever on a product, it'll be there as well. So I started off hydrating my lips with my Lush Snow Fairy lip mask. Then I used my Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation, and my shade is 109 Light Ivory. And then for a corrector, I used the Essence Bright Eyes Under Eye Stick. Then I used Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. My shade is 110. And then I used e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in light pink. And I just do like the T-zone of my face. I don't go beyond that because it doesn't need it. And then I contour my face with my Essence Baby Got Bronze in 20 Moon Dust. And yes, this is a bronzer, but I use it as a contour. It works for me that way. And then I did my brows with my e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil in Deep Brown. And I finished this. I can't believe it, but I already bought my backup. I got this for 50% off at CVS yesterday because I had a coupon extra care bucks for $2 because these are $4. So I used my extra care bucks, so I got it for half off. Yay. But yeah, I actually finished something, so this is going in the trash right now. Okay. That's a big deal for me because I usually don't finish anything because I'm always trying new things. So usually I just try something else, but I like that enough that I actually went out and bought another one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what did I prime my eyes with? Because lately what I've been doing is instead of using a skin tone eyeshadow primer, I've been using something with color to it to eliminate one step. So on this side, I have MAC Groundwork paint pot on my lids and in the crease, and you can see like the color there, right? But on this side, I used a drugstore version of that, a dupe, if you will, except for I can't really see it that much in the crease. I used Revlon Colorstay Cream Eyeshadow in Espresso. So yeah, this is the Revlon, and it's not really showing up that well in the crease like the MAC Groundwork. But I mean, in the pan, they look exactly the same. But when you actually put them on the eyes, that's when you can see the difference. So I don't feel like the Revlon works quite as well. Now, I could just add a little more, I guess, but I wanted to do it exactly the same way and see what the results were. So I could just add a little more. So that's interesting. What's also interesting is I just put the cover on the wrong product and it fit. Okay, so that's the part that looks different to me. The rest of the products look exactly the same to me. So let's back up. What did I do for blush? On this side, I used NARS Orgasm I think everybody has seen that before and knows what it looks like. Now, I don't like a lot of blush, so, you know, it's not really that obvious. But yeah, that's NARS Orgasm. And then on this side, I used Milani Luminoso. So they look pretty much the same. Now, if I was more heavy-handed with my blush, then maybe you would be able to see a difference. But like I said, I wanted to just do my makeup like I normally would and not like take any extra steps because I was doing dupes. And then on my lids, this I think looks exactly the same. On this side, I am wearing MAC All That Glitters is what is on my lids. And then on this side, I am wearing Maybelline Nude Glow single eyeshadow. So let me hold them up side by side. I think they look exactly the same. They look exactly the same in the pan too. So if you can find Maybelline Nude Glow, because these are becoming more and more hard to find, it is a dupe for MAC All That Glitters, in my opinion. And then for a brow bone and inner corner highlight, I think that this side, especially the inner corner, is more visible than it was with the drugstore side. So I used MAC Shroom on this side for my brow bone and inner corner. And then on this side, I used Maybelline Soft Pearl. So they pretty much look the same in the pan and on. I don't know, for the brow bone, I can see this one better, but for the inner corner, I can see this one better, but it could just be because of what I used in the crease. Okay? Then what I did on my lips was I applied one lip pencil, outlined my lips with MAC Cherry because I do have other red lip liners, but I didn't have any that were exactly this color, so I just lined all the way around with this one pencil. And then for lipstick, what I did was I did one lipstick on my top lip and one lipstick on the bottom. I think they look exactly the same, right? You can't tell those apart. On the top, my top lip is MAC Ruby Woo, okay? And my bottom lip is Revlon Cherries in the Snow. Now my MAC lipstick is a retro matte. Cherries in the Snow is a cream, so the finish is not exactly the same. Like you can see that this has a little bit of a shine to it that the Cherries in the Snow does, and the MAC is a matte. Now MAC has a new formula of their matte lipsticks, and I don't have that version of Ruby Woo, but I don't know. It's still a matte though, so it shouldn't have a shine to it. But as far as the color, I think it looks exactly the same. I don't, maybe it all depends on, is the finish a big deal to you guys? Because, I don't know. I think if you just want that nice, bright, rich color, I don't think it makes any difference, honestly. So the lipstick is exactly the same shade, but the eyeshadow on my lids, the Maybelline Nude Glow, is definitely a dupe for the MAC All That Glitters. And the MAC Shroom and the Maybelline Soft Pearl, I think, are very similar too. So and the blush, I think, is exactly the same. So the only difference was what I primed my eyes with, because I put it on my lids and in the crease, and that's where you can see the difference. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stop, take my screenshot, come back, and why don't we just add a little bit of that Revlon and see if we can make it look the same. So hold on. Yeah, for the screenshot, I wanted it to be, accurate to what was going on in the video. But yeah, let's take that Revlon eyeshadow. And this is actually a clean brush. And I'm just going to swirl my brush in there. This side, yes. Make sure I put it on the right side. And let's see if we put more on, if we can make it look like the high-end side just by adding more. Okay, did that make a difference? I think it did, but there's something about the color that's not exactly the same, but it should be because it sure looks like it in the pan. How about now? Just put more. No, it still doesn't have that like golden glow to it. What if I go around the edge of the product, because I'm taking from the center? The color is a little different on the edge of the pot than it is in the center. Okay, that's a little better, but it's still not exactly the same, but better. But yeah, this has more of a golden brown color to it. So what do you guys think? What this basically tells me is that sometimes it's worth it to spend more for the high-end one, depending on what look you're going for. I mean, this is pretty too. It's just not giving the exact same look, This is just more pigmented, I think. But all the other products, to me, look identical. So thank you for watching and subscribing. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up because it is not that easy to find products that are this similar, high-end versus drugstore. It's very, very hard to find these exact dupes. So that's it, you guys. Bye.